All right, you just heard from Governor Andy Beshear again tonight from the floor of the Kentucky Supreme Court. A lot of new information today as he went over about 15 minutes, so this is going to be an abbreviated newscast. The governor announced 113 new cases of COVID-19 in Kentucky and 9 new deaths. At least 9,184 Kentuckians have contracted the virus since early March. The death toll now sits at 409. The governor also said Kentucky Kingdom and possibly public pools could reopen in a very limited fashion on June 29th. Again, there was a lot of information in today's news conference. He talked a lot about unemployment. I know a lot of people are concerned about that. We'll have a lot more information about what was announced on our website, WYMT.com, and later tonight. Now, Pike County announced its youngest confirmed COVID-19 patient today, a 5-week-old boy. Public Health Director Tammy Riley says the boy is currently in the hospital but is not showing symptoms of the virus. She says the case is the first confirmed case under the age of 20 in Pike County, which may seem scary to parents of young children.
I know that causes concerns. However, I would like to point out that children do suffer milder symptoms. Outcomes have been extremely positive for children.
Riley says being a responsible citizen and following guidelines should still be a focus as things begin to reopen. This case makes the 29th case in Pike County. 26 of those have recovered and 2 have died. We also learned a short time ago of 2 new cases in Perry County, and that brings the total in Perry County to 21. Well, more than 800,000 Kentuckians have applied for unemployment since the COVID-19 pandemic started. That's more than the entire population of Kentucky's largest city, Louisville. The new numbers include more than 53,000 in the week ending May 23rd. It's the first time the state has seen an increase in claims in more than 6 weeks. Kentucky's latest unemployment rate was a little more than 15% for the month of April. We should learn May's rate in mid-June. Now to another big announcement today. Lake Cumberland and Buckhorn Lake State Resort Parks will open now on June 1st, along with all the other Kentucky state parks. The governor made that announcement during his briefing today. You might remember we just reported yesterday about plans for Buckhorn to remain closed to free up housing for people who might need to self-isolate due to COVID-19. Now, after a letter from some state legislators that said the move would effectively bankrupt some parts of the state, those parks will reopen. So again, all state parks reopening on June 1st. Kentucky schools are still working to figure out what they are going to do for the next school year. With weekly meetings trying to sort through the plans, there is still uncertainty ahead. WYMT's Will Puckett has the latest.
Kentucky school districts have not met in person since March.
I will go back to when this all started to give you an example of how awesome our teachers do in a situation like this.
David Gibson is the superintendent of Paintsville Schools and says their district went from being in class one day to being an NTI school district the next.
We have the staff, we have the teachers, and we have the student population that we can do almost anything.
The district of just more than 800 students is looking at all their options for the 2020-2021 school year.
I'm more than confident that whatever obstacles that's thrown at our teachers, they're able to overcome them. It's not a matter of what they can and can't do, it's what's best for our students.
Just an hour and a half away in Hazard, Perry County School Superintendent Jonathan Jett faces the same dilemmas.
You know, we're hopeful that we can start back in August, but we also know that the reality is that may not be possible at all with in-person classes.
In Jett's district of close to 3,900 students, his feelings echo that of Gibson's when it comes to their best option.
We're going to have lay out all the options on the table and see how the virus is increasing or decreasing, and then we'll make a decision that's the safest as we possibly can for our students and staff.
So, from ideas of face masks for all to proper social distancing on buses and in classrooms and cafeterias, both districts are going to take their time.
I just think it's going to come down to having a group of creative thinkers putting together a plan that can meet the needs of all of our students and staff.
making sure not to rush a decision that could have lasting effects on generations to come. Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, for parents with kids in Perry County schools, they are holding a poll asking parents and students for their input on back-to-school plans. We have a link to that on our website at WYMT.com. Officials in Pineville have set a curfew following a string of crimes. In the last few weeks, Pineville police have received more than 20 calls reporting thefts and other crimes, so Mayor Scott Maiden made the decision to set a curfew from 11 p.m. until 6 a.m. Maiden says he thinks a lot of this crime came from the police officers taking a step back because of COVID-19, but now he says they will arrest people. Emily Bennett will break down the restrictions more coming up tonight at 11.
Well, we've been dealing with the showers and storms kind of on and off throughout the day. Those are going to start to move out of here this evening. But as we take you up to that Buffalo cam, looking a little bit gloomy up there. Starting to see kind of some rain clouds starting to move into the areas. But most of the storms today have just been kind of on the mild side. Pinpoint Doppler now, you can kind of see where that storm is. And is looking over into Pineville, seeing a heavy downpour. Even over into Pulaski County, a heavy downpour over there. But like I said, the storm activity has definitely died down this evening. Tonight, we'll see temperatures into about the lower 60s. Few showers here and there, but I think we're expected to dry out. And you're going to see that here on Future View. Heading into your Friday, though, we'll be tracking more rain as another cold front moves into the mountains. Temperatures starting out into about the low to mid 60s. Heading throughout the rest of the day, you can see those clouds and rain chances continuing. Could get a little bit soggy at times as that cold front continues to push through the mountains, but mostly just some scattered showers, a few thunderstorms possible. We'll clear out and dry out, though, as we head into your Saturday. Look at the rest of that extended forecast. By the time we get into the weekend, drier weather finally returns along with some cooler temperatures. And we'll continue to see those cooler temperatures Monday with drier weather for your Monday and for your Tuesday. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more news coming up right after the break.